Hey, I'm going to give a garden update today. And did my corn reach knee high by the 4th of July? Well, let's see. Stay tuned. Hello folks, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hanson. I'm inviting you guys into my garden today because I'm very proud of my garden. I put a lot of work and resources into the garden this year to try to get it to where it's going to be making it easier for me to garden, like weed control and being able to grow corn better. Let me show you, because one of the things I wanted to find out is if the corn, this new way that I'm growing corn, and then also the saying, if the corn is knee high by the 4th of July, then you'll have a successful crop. Well, a couple of days was the 4th of July, and I hadn't had a chance to get out in the garden because I had to work. So let's go check out the corn crop. Yep, it looks like I was successful with this new method of growing corn. I did lay plastic down to control the weeds, but I'm also implementing or deploying the same method that the local hemp growers are using for their hemp farms. And that is they lay plastic sheeting down, they cut holes in them, and they have their hemp growing out of them. And guess what else? Look at that little plant right there. That's my beans. It's my sister crop or my companion crop. My beans are growing with the corn. Got some more beans growing there. They're growing all over the place. And I have my squash growing up now too. And I bet you weren't paying attention to the details. Yep, there's something different in the garden. What you say? I lopped off the poles. Now all the poles are the same height as my top board. This is one of the things I needed to get done. I also mentioned I wanted to paint something. Yep, I got these painted. The beams and posts for the berries and the grapes. My garden's taking shape. There's the fence posts and the rails they still have to paint, and I'm adding the top rails to the tops of those, which I'll be painting also. All in all, the garden looks pretty good. Look at those tomatoes. I harvested some radishes today and I roasted them with garlic and butter and had a nice supper along with the Swiss chard. I sauteed some Swiss chard over there in some butter and garlic. And look at this bed. This is my potato bed. All the potatoes to the plants have died. Now, the potatoes were an experiment. I tried something new. I put some soil in here about halfway up the raised bed. And then I just laid my seed potatoes on top of this dirt and covered them with rice straw. Look, no weeds. The plants grew and now they're gone. So let's see. Oh, look at our baby seed potato. What else do I have here? The potatoes grew into the rice straw. And they're little red potatoes. They didn't get very big at all. But Yeah, I'm going to call this project or this experiment a fail. The potatoes, this is all I got. I have to sort through the rest of them. And maybe I'll use these for seed potatoes. But that's all I got was seed potatoes. It had some nice plants, but golly, this will not feed in a meal. So the potatoes were a bust. Look at the size of these radishes. This is the size you want and bigger. Especially for roasting. Hey, if you guys haven't tasted roasted radish before, you really ought to try some. They are delicious. When you wash them up, you cut them in half, you put them in a pan of olive oil, or just sprinkle it with olive oil and garlic. And then you roast it in the oven for 45 minutes. You roast it on one side halfway through the time, turn it over and make sure you sprinkle some more garlic on there, and roast it on after you turn them over for the rest of the time, and then you serve. Now that when you roast them, it takes the bite out of it, so they almost taste like a combination between a turnip and a potato, and there's a hint of another flavor in there. Same texture, but they're delicious. They're really, really delicious. And I heard tell you can serve these in a salad. I serve these up to the rabbits. They enjoyed the little feast that I made them earlier. And of course, raw, they have that bite to them, but they're still delicious. Well, that's what I've been doing behind the scenes here at Pine Meadows Hobby Farm, is just finishing projects that I've started, and painting and gardening and growing and enjoying Homestead at its finest. I'm Jerry Hanson, your host. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a small, frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. We're geographically located west-southwest of Crater Lake National Park, which is located that way. And please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, like the channel. Also, leave a comment down below. Click that bell icon, and I'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. And hey, if you hit that share button, sharing my videos on your social media platforms really helps me out and promotes our channel to your friends. We'll see you guys in the next adventure, okay? It's going to be a couple of days before I get to another adventure, because I'm going to take a little short break from YouTube. Just a short break. Maybe a day, maybe two, but that's it. Because I got all kinds of stuff still going on. Bye-bye. Mm-hmm.